This weekend, we did see the passing of Brian Wilson, one of the founding the really the powering machine behind the Beach Boys. Who I don't think American music would be quite what it is without Brian Wilson. Gentlemen, do you have a favorite Beach Boys song just off the top of your head? I know they have plenty of famous hits of many different varieties. I mean, is there anything that first comes to mind for you when I say Beach Boys?
Kokomo.
See, and Kokomo, I think a lot of people go Kokomo. And that was during Brian Wilson's 80s period where he was being controlled by Eugene Landy, a kind of just out there therapist who controlled his finances and kind of steered his musical direction.
That song is
But that's
fire.
their biggest, as big of a hit almost as they probably the band ever had.
It transcends. It's timeless. My 5-year-old loves that song. My 4-year-old loves that song. That's a song that I'll flip on from time to time just to remind them that the Beach Boys were not bleeping around. Wouldn't it be nice? Is another one.
Wouldn't it be nice?
I think about 51st Dates with that song.
And he's just crying and bawling his eyes out.
Yes, the opener to Pet Sounds. Man. Pet Sounds is probably in the conversation for the best album ever made.
Surfing USA.
Surfing USA. I mean, I Get Around. Growing older is realizing the Beach Boys did more than just like the fun surf rock. Like it's fun to hear I Get Around or Little Deuce Coupe or some of their like early like fun, just carefree songs. But then you read about him and Brian Wilson and all the mental issues that he had, but then how you kind of retreated to the studio and made Wouldn't It Be Nice? God Only Knows, I think, is the most beautiful song ever made. I think that song is an absolute masterpiece, and I'm not alone in that. But there's so many things in the Beach Boys' late 60s, early 70s period that I encourage any listener to go check out. Anything from Surf's Up, Pet Sounds, the Smile Sessions is a scrapped album that if you listen to what Brian Wilson was thinking of then, it still is just leagues ahead of, I think, what even modern musicians do with their music. And he was doing this stuff when the studio was barely being used in the way that it is now. And it just sounds so forward thinking. It still sounds so phenomenal. The song Surf's Up, I think, is the best Beach Boys song. I encourage
it's a great song.
Surf's Up from the Smile Sessions. Everybody go listen to it. Without stuff like that, you would not have some of the modern rock music that you have today. So
yeah,
I did want to pay tribute to Brian Wilson. I was a huge Beach Boys fan in college, right when I was really getting into music and just kind of discovering, the classic bands. So